some idiots decided to join.
Hashtag kick them from the league. Hashtag kick them from the league.
Um,
Alright, I'm ready when you boys are. Wait, Ed, if Tex doesn't join, Benny, you what position are you? 6. So you might as well just move everyone up one. Yeah. No, I made contact with Seamus at the start. I had an absolute shocker. He got such a good run. I was like, what is going on? I understand what people mean by like now when
but V7 Tex is typing. What do you want to say?
Please just say he can't be asked. He better just say he can't be asked and he's going on Corsa. What wings are you using? I'm using 610.
4-9.
Jesus.
Nice car, mate. Yeah. I have to go,
V7 Tex wants us to
Have a
wait.
good race.
No, we've started. Huh?
Yeah.
What gangly?
He said, okay, no problem. I'm hoping I've done the session correctly. Otherwise, that's gonna be very embarrassing.
To be honest,
and
if
very funny.
I'm not pole, I don't care. To be honest, it's all good.
And there shouldn't be a formation up this time, so no one should be able to join.
Is Tex in?
Names.
So can Tex not join?
Tex is not in.
Let's
so Tex
go.
hasn't joined.
Let's go. That is huge.
There's no non-league people in the race.
Oh, Ben,
so
that's
we
good for
should
you
be
as
all
well.
good.
That is a bit.
Well,
yeah.
he decided to go get a new setup rather than join the session, so that's not our fault.
What a dumb. Wait, what a dumbass. Who leaves me? That's like Lewis leaving and get.
Make sure you do setup.
Oh wait, I'm on softs. Jesus. I'm on mediums. What's I saying? All right, I need. Oh wait, set up, yeah.
Make sure you haven't included your audio, because I don't want, like, yeah, it's coming through to him. Right, sorry for the delays, everyone that's watching. I don't know why the thing is so... why some idiots had to join. And it's lights out and away we go, and this time it's Seamus on the front row. But it's still WRG Sky gets a good start. Is Seamus going to be able to get alongside Ferraris on the grass in the background? Seamus might go for the dive into turn 1. He's not going to be able to get there. Lashley's going to try and hold it around the outside. Ben Emmy's gone slightly to trap at turn 1 as well. But it's going to be Sky who holds the lead in towards turn 2. Seamus holding P2. Lashley's got up to P3. Ryan's gone very wide and Ben Emmy's got into P4. Ryan and Fraser going very close to through turn 3. Jay Louis gone off in the background as well. Gangly Faces managed to drop 2 seconds. I think he might have gone off somewhere. And Bailey G gets past Rouge Drabs. Rouge Drabs now come back at him though. And he's managed to get past him. Rouge Drabs get the switchback done. But there's a little bit of contact there as they come through the second sector and Bailey G yields the position. And Seamus still trying to look for a way past WRG Sky here as they come round at the last turn. Sky looking to get a much better exit out of there as well. I need to turn on that telemetry up. Oh, and Sage Graphic and Barbecue Chris have both gone off at turn 1. Not sure what's happened there. And Jay Louis is into the pit lane. And Gangly Face all over the back of Jamie here. And Joe Perry just ahead of them as well. These three could be in a good battle for P10. We've got VAR Ryan though on the back of Ben M here. And he's on the softer, more grippy compounder tyres. So he's going to be looking for a way past. Fraser H is gonna try and make a move on these guys as well. Vine going very wide, almost spins there, and that allows Ben to move away, and it's closing on Lasky as well here. And Ben really close to Lasky as they come through the last turn. Can he get a good exit using some of his overtake mode here? He's going to be putting up into rich fuel, I would assume. Lasky's got slightly better top end speed here, but Lasky's very low on ERS. He's already down to almost 40%. Very early in this race. Oh, and he doesn't get a very good exit, and Ben just hits the back of him as Lasky rejoins the track there. Neither of them using that curb turning into this turn. That is a very useful curb to use. You can gain a lot of time using that. And the gap staying at 2 tenths now. As Sage, Graphic and Barbecue both into the pit lane as well here. And Ben M being a little bit brave around turn 5, getting a little bit closer to that killer curb on the inside. But Lasky getting a slightly better run through the chicane. And Jamie's got past Joe Perry. Joe Perry's gone off. And Gangley Face is going to be there on the back of Jamie here. And it's going to be for the points. This is going to be a good battle to watch between them two as this race unfolds. But at the moment, the best battle to watch is Ben M still on the back of Lasky. Can the Scot hold off the Unbrit here? Oh, Lasky not getting the best of exits out of the last turn. I think Ben's going to have a slightly better run using his 90% overtake mode that he's still got. It goes to the left. Lasky tries to defend. He's not going to be able to do anything though. They come down in towards turn 1. Can Lasky outbrake him? He does outbrake him. He might go wide though. And Ben's got the undercut, and that is a beautiful undercut there from Ben. In the Merc, he gets himself up into P3. Oh, and there's a battle for P1 here. WRG Sky and Seamus Mia battling over the top spot. Oh, I think it's a system. Lasky now coming on fast from VR, who dives on the inside into the chicane. And Lasky gets a cut, so he's going to avoid contact there. We're going to go on board for Lujo Drabs, who is watching these guys battling ahead of him. So it's not been a very good day for the Ferrari so far. They've dropped down to P12 and P14. And Lujo Drabs go for a send on Ryan into 3 turns to go back to turn 11 then. Oh no, turn 12, sorry. I'm getting confused with turn numbers. And Ryan goes wide and almost makes contact with Lujo Drabs as he comes back onto the racing line. Lujo Drabs very low on overtake mode, already down to 30%, which has saved some of this for later in the race. As there is a yellow, that is Joe Perry has gone off at turn 5. I think he's hit that killer curb. And Ryan gets past Lasky, but Lasky's going to come back at him. Lujo Drabs might be able to find his way past one of these guys. Lasky's still off the track, and Lujo Drabs moves his way up into P5. Lujo Drabs is a man on a mission right now. Currently in P5, looking at the back of VR Ryan ahead of him. Wants to try and make a move somewhere. Using his overtake mode out of turn 5, not the cleverest idea, down to 14% now. He needs to really save up his overtake mode. Oh, lagging a bit there for my screen, looked like he almost spun, but I think that was just lag. And Ryan puts the wheel in the grass. Rouge might have an opportunity here, but he hits him. There's contact between these two for P4, and Ryan's trying to hold the inside. Rouge goes to the outside, then it's the inside for the next turn, and he gets a position made. What a move from Lujo Drabs. Lujo Drabs moves his way up into P4. Bailey G trying to make a move on Fraser, but then balls it into the pit lane. He's going to be the first to pit then. Is anyone going to react to this early pit stop from Bailey G? As the leaders start lap, lap 6 now. Where is he going to come out in comparison to Gangly Face? I don't think he's... I think he's going to jump Gangly Face here, who has used all of his overtake from middle of the road for this lap and is still in overtake. And Ben is really close on the back of Seamus here. We're just slightly wide through turn 5 line yet to there. Beatty, he's gone on some new mediums here, Pages. That is a strange strategy. I would have said hards good last year, end of the race on him. Cock Drive's already on hards. So Beatty's going to have to pit again, which means that Gangly Face is technically ahead of him here. And Jamie BDQ on the back of Bembling. These two very good mates in real life and also very good enemies on this game. Both on 5-lap old mediums. And Ben has managed to gap him slightly as they come towards the DRS detection point, so he might be able to stay out of DRS and hold his position for now. Oh, and his yellow flags and Fraser Vapes is in the wall. I think he just reset to track, which isn't allowed, but we move. And Jamie down to 6% overtake mode. He is using up his EOS. He's using everything to try and catch up with Bembling here, as these two trying to battle over P7. Fraser having to change his wing. This is going to put Gangly Face in P10 for now, and he's already made pits, so might have to pit again. Oh, and someone spun. Seamus is in the wall at turn 5. He's reset to track, which is again not allowed, I don't think. But again we move. And he's ghosted now. Seamus and Lasky inside each other going through the chicane. That is not something I was expecting to say on the stream today. And Jay Louis has retired in the pit lane. He has given up on this race now. And surprisingly, it's been kept quite clean so far. These tier 3 drivers showing everyone how it's done, how to race around Magyar Nagadic. That's the track name. And WRG Sky pits from first. It's now Ben M is going to lead the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lujo Drabs will be in P2. Is Ryan going to follow him to his pits? Ryan stays out, but Seamus and Lasky both pit as well. And Seamus gets 5% penalty speeding into the pit lane. Seamus has just sped into the pit lane, which is probably not a good idea. And Jamie really close to the back of Bembling here. Getting gap below 7/10 at the moment. Gone back up though. Bembling got a slightly better exit. Jamie needs to try and keep it less than a second. Ben wants to put it over a second. This is the biggest battle we've got going on at the moment. Ben seems to be quicker through this middle sector here. Jamie's struggling slightly, might be running slightly less downforce. Or using lean fuel mix or something. Although he is very low on ERS, so that might be the reason as well. And yeah, now coming to the end of this lap. Ryan's into the pit lane, so this can put Bembling on provisional podium. And both AlphaTauri's doing very well at the moment, P2 and P4 as we enter the pit lane. Sky went onto the medium tyre, so he can pit again. So this is for position then. We were expecting the medium runners to pit somewhere around lap 15. Fresh mediums to go to about lap 15, and then you want to take the hard to about 20 laps. That would be the suggested strategy for me. And Jamie really catching up to Bembling here. He makes a slight mistake through the chicane. Now the gap just 4/10 of a second. Can Jamie stay close to him? No, he goes across the grass, the absolute imbecile. Lujo Drabs trying to close on Ben Miles. Ben Miles on 90% Whereas Luce still using up the overtake mode. He is currently on 22% ERS. And now we're going to have a freeway going on for P3, battle play is going on for P3. And Bembling has gone very wide out of the last turn. And Jamie's going to have the run on him. WRG Sky sets the fastest lap. As he's closing on the back of these two, Jamie goes to the inside of Bembling into turn 1. Leaving the space. Good battling from these two. Can Jamie get the run? He's using his overtake mode here. Down below 10%. His Christmas tree light will be flashing in the back of his car. And now we're going to go on board with this WRG Skies and we're watching these two battle in front. A little bit of contact as they come through. Turn 3. Skies will run them both and just hits Bembling there as they go side by side. And now it's going to go side by side. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 4. It's not a good idea. Oh, and Embeling's got off the track there. Sky's going to try and get up the inside of Jamie at turn 5. Going to try and move into the chicane. And Sky gets the position done. So Sky now moving up into P3. He does have to pit again though. So the top 5 is all for position. And Seamus is on the back of Lasky as well. This is going to be a good battle to watch. Just 3 attempts to get between them. Well, Seamus does have 5 second penalty off. He sped into the pit lane. And Ryan is going to be closing the back of these two as well in a minute. As Ben makes his gap at the front, almost 5 seconds now. But Lasky not getting the best, takes it out of there. And Seamus is going to pedal to the left. Lasky can't do anything to defend. He settles back behind him. Takes probably a swig of his beer. And he hits him into turn 1. And there's contact. And now Ryan's going to try and get the inside of Lasky. And both racing points get ahead of the Scotsman. And now Ryan's going to be trying to have a battle with his teammate here. We do not encourage drink driving. That's really not a good reference to make in an F1 race. Oh well. And WRG Sky is really closing on Lujo Drabs here, making those fresh mediums work. Got to get down from almost 11.5 seconds to almost 10 seconds now. And Lujo Drabs does seem to be falling back from Ben M. So I don't know if the gap between Ben and Sky is increasing or decreasing or staying the same, but I know that Ludo Drabs is maybe slowing up a bit here. And a Ferrari has gone off at turn 5. That is Sage Graphic. He has hit the big white curb. We're just watching the Mercedes of Ben Miles at the front, dominating this race so far. And as we come on to lap 13, I'll give you a quick rundown of how it looks so far. We've got Ben out in front. Lujo Drabs about 6.5 seconds behind him. WRG Sky is just 10 seconds behind Lujo. Those three all need to pit again. So do Jamie and Bembling, who are about 3 seconds each behind. Bailey G is enclosing on Bembling. He is on fresher mediums, but again will have to pit once more, I would have thought. Then we've got Seamus and Ryan, who were having a bit of a battle earlier. Seamus started to gap Ryan though. Seamus on the mediums, might have to pit again. They are quite fresh and might last to the end. And Ryan on the hards. Lasky, similar to Seamus, might need to pit again. He is on 4 lap old mediums and might make it to the end, might get punched in the end, so he might need to pit onto the softs right for the last couple of laps. Gangly Face currently rounds out the points in P10. He's about 8 seconds gap ahead of him and a solid 3 second gap behind him to Fraser. So he's quite comfortable in this race. Fraser is just outside of the points. Joe Perry about 50 seconds behind him. He's got stage graphic on the back of him though. And Fraser and Joe Perry might need to pit once more. And in case of Joe Perry, that's what we're going to probably watch. And Lucius must have made a mistake there. He's got 2 seconds from Ben and dropped 2 seconds to Sky, so he's really dropping back. And Bailey G is on the back of Bembling, so I think there might have been a mistake from Bembling early on his lap, and Bailey G sends up the inside into turn 12. I think we'll stay side by side through turn 13. Bailey G backs out. I might try and get a switch back here into turn 14. No, Ben covering off nicely there. Ben using just enough space, almost hits the pit wall though there, Bailey G. Ben goes slightly from track and Bailey G's going to get the better run out of turn 14 down the main straight. And Bailey G takes P5 away from Bembling, but Bembling tries to come back round the outside, but he's not going to be able to do it there, I don't think. He might be able to get slightly better exit, but he doesn't. He's not going to use any of his overtake there. I think we are almost reaching the pit window for some of the medium runners. And Seamus is trying to make a move on Bembling as well. He's going to cut the first bit of the chicane to try and catch up with him. And who's spun? That is Via Ryan has put it in the wall at turn 5. I assume he's such a big white curb there. I'll have a quick look at the gap to the leader. I think it's about 21-second pit stop here, so if Ben Miles pits, he should come out next to Jamie, who is currently in P4. So Ben will be looking to maybe take a couple more laps, or wait until Jamie pits, then pit, so he doesn't get held up by him. Oh, and Bembling's left the session. I think he's lagged out of the session. I've sent Bembling an invite. He should be able to rejoin, hopefully, and retake control of the car. He has dropped a position to Seamus though. He's got a 7-second gap behind him, so he hopefully won't lose any more positions. And he's back ahead. Yeah, he needs. Hopefully, he knows how to rejoin. He needs to ready up, then spectate his car, and then press take control. Hopefully, that will let him back in. I don't know if he knows how to do that. He is very new to this game. And Bembling is back in this race, so that is good. He's retaken control of his car. And for some reason my intervals have just disappeared, which is really useful, so I don't know if anyone's gaining or anything. I should know once everyone goes through an next sector split. It's annoying when this happens. But Ben Miles still out in front. Then Nugent Drab's just behind him. WRG Sky is still trying to close that gap. Then it's Jamie, who is being closed down by Bailey G. Then Seamus, Bembling, Lasky, Ryan and Gangly Face, who is trying to close it in on Ryan by the looks of it. Then Fraser, who's dropped back from Gangly Face by about 2 seconds over the last couple of laps. And we've got Joe Perry, Sage Graphics still trying to make a way past Joe Perry there. And then Barbie Chris is still in last and a lap down. And Ben M's still going to go for one more lap here. I don't know how worn his tyres are. They're probably getting slightly worn now. And Lujo Drabs is going to come into the pit lane here. So Lujo's in the pit lane, so Sky's going to go past, and Jamie's not going to be able to pit this lap. Is Bailey G going to pit? Oh, Jamie's pitting, so it's going to be double stacking at AlphaTauri. That's not a good idea from those two. Bailey G stays out. So is Jamie going to get held in the pit lane? Bembling also into the pits as well now. They were going onto the hard tire. Oh, and Jamie's been held slightly in the pits there. His crew weren't ready for him after that double stack. You see the Williams crew in action. Can he get a good stop for Bembling here and get him out on the road? Where is he going to be? He's going to slot into P11 after his pit stop. Right, is Ben going to pit this up? Is he going to react to... Yes, Ben is in this lap, so where's he going to come out in comparison to Ludo Draft? Around 8 seconds, so we'll see with the undercuts and what. Ryan spun as well there. Right, so Ben into the pit lane. Is Sky, I think Sky's going to be going again, he won't be pitting now. He's going to go a couple more laps, I'd assume, before he makes another stop. Is Bailey G going to be in the pits? He might have to go... Oh no, he's on 10 lap hold, so he's going to be able to last for a couple more laps. Oh, someone's going slowly. That is Bembling going slowly for the second sector. I don't know what happened to him as he got flagged out. I assume he spun out the chicane. Oh, and Ben's out and he almost spins there at turn 1 on the new hard tyre. He's come out just 3 seconds behind WRG Sky. Ben could be in a good position to possibly win this race. And actually, Ben has gapped Lujo by about 2 seconds in the pit window, so the overcut has worked quite well there for Ben. We haven't got too many battles going on track right now. Well, actually, I should say that Sage Graphics got right up to Joe Perry here. He's looking for an overtake. There's like onto the grass coming. Oh, he cuts it again. He elevates too late there, and he's now ruined his old gap. And Jamie doing very well to hold a good gap to Fraser. Fraser's a very quick driver, we know that. So he's doing well to hold a 1.3 second gap. And Ben is catching Sky on the new hards, so even if Sky doesn't pit, it looks like Ben is going to be in a very good position to take the position away from him. Will his team maybe able to pit the challenge? I don't think he's going to be able to on 12 lap old mediums. I don't think they'll make it to the end of the race. Seamus are catching, talking of Ben's teammate, Seamus is catching up to him here. Like, Seamus does have a penalty. It was for speeding into the pit lane. So that probably won't get removed because he did blatantly floor it. I did catch it on the stream. Oh, and actually, I think we've got a battle for P6 here. Lasky's going to have to be defending from Gangly Face. So Gangly putting his hard tyres to good use here, catching up to Lasky in the McLaren. And Sky's doing very well to defend from Ben. In terms of ERS, good to see where everyone is. Sky's coming at 50%. We've got Ben at 75. Bailey G is on around 50 as well. Seamus is down to 30. You want to try and catch up with Bailey G. And then Lujo Drab's on 25 as well. So that is your top 5 at this moment in time. So Ben looking the best in terms of ERS out of these lot. And he's got a gap to under 2 seconds now. He's really pushing hard on these hard tyres. That wasn't meant to be a pun as well, pushing hard on hard tyres. Oh, and there's a battle going on P12. That is Sage Graff and Joe Perry going side by side to turn 1, I think. The stage graphic in the front, they can move around the outside turn 2, he's not going to be able to do it. Can he get a better run through turn 3? Oh, well, what's happened to Sky? He has dropped behind Ben. I'm not too sure what's happened there. Oh, and Sheamus and Bailey into the pits. This bit Luto grabs into P3 at the moment. And Sky and Lasky still, Ganglios and Lasky, sorry, still battling. Where are these two going to come out? This could be a battle for P4 in the end. Oh, and Fraser gets penalty speed into the pit lane. And it's going to put Bembling up into the points. He'll be able to get his first points in the league racing. And the battle for P4 is really spicing up here. And my controller batteries are low, I might have to switch. Laskin with spins at turn 5. I might suddenly cut out any minute because my controller batteries are currently low, so I might have to change it in just a second. Which is not very good. But yeah, I'm going to get new batteries on standby in case it does suddenly go. Hopefully it will last to the end so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, and Sky comes into the pits. Oh, okay, so Luto Jackson jump him up to second place. And Luto doesn't have to pit until the end, so this is very good for him. Is Lasky and Gangliface going to jump Sky, maybe? Lasky's into the pits. This could put Gangliface into P3. No, Sky's going to be out of pit. Okay, I was getting way too ahead of myself there. So this is looking like a very interesting race. I wonder if Fraser's going to be able to get himself back up into the points. In the points earlier, got pitted onto the mediums. Beiji is just pitted for new mediums, so he won't be pitting until the end of this race as well. And he is looking very fast, catching up to Gangliface here. He might be able to make a pass, maybe for the podium as well, if he's able to catch up to WRG Sky. Well, Sky is a very quick driver. Oh, and someone's gone off at turn 1. That is Sage Graphics gone off at turn 1. He is spun into the barrier. There's Ben coming out to lap someone here. I think, is that Barbie? No, it's Joe Perry's about to get lapped by Ben, the leader here. Oh, and Bailey G's going to try and make him move on the outside. Gangliface, show him the grass. And then park himself on the exit. So close here. Can Gangliface hold him off on the inside of turn 14? Bailey G's going to the outside and keeps a position. Gangliface got a lot of overtakes like mode though. And Bailey G is only on 20%. And Bailey G, Gangliface is going to send it down the inside to turn 1. Can he hold a position? He pushes Bailey G. Oh, actually, Baileyface. Then that wouldn't. Yeah. And Bailey G's up the inside. A little bit of contact going into turn 2 there. And turn 3. They're still going side by side. Good battle between these two. And it's then Ryan catch up to them though. And I think Sheamus has just got past Jamie there. And now Ryan's going to send up the inside of Gangliface into the chicane, I think. He's going to back out of that move. Oh, he's going to try and get him on the exit of the chicane though. Can he get switched back on? He's not going to do. He pushes him slightly wide though. Ryan slightly pushing Gangliface off the track. And then overtakes him using that extra run off there. And Gangliface yields the position. Very sensible driver there. Gangliface an 18 lap hold hard here. He's got what 11 laps to go at the moment. Gangliface needs to stay out here if he wants a chance of points. If he pits, he's going to fall outside the points and won't be able to make any positions up. A safety car would benefit him though, because he has got a flat position over a lot of people, and lots of people would probably pit. So a safety car could benefit Gangly facing. And you can see the graining on the front left there. His tyres are really starting to wear. And WRG Sky is catching up to Ludo Drabs here. It's going to be a battle for P2 on the last couple of laps by the looks of it. He's got slightly fresher and slightly softer rubber. So that might help him here. Gangly Face doing well to stay with Ryan, considering his tyres are 5 laps older. Oh, but it looks like Fraser's catching up to Bembling here. Fraser's have 5-second penalties. Bembling doesn't need to fight him. He could just let him go, stick with DRS, try and stay with him until the end of the race. And 18.9 from WRG Sky is a good lap for fastest lap here. He's really pushing. Oh, and Seamus goes very wide at the last turn. Can Jamie catch up to these guys, maybe make up more positions? He's really pushing hard. But it's Fraser and Bembling. It's like the best battle on track right now. Oh, I say that, and Seamus is only a tenth and a bit behind Gangly Face as they come round turn 2. Who's going to get the better run through turn 3 up towards the hill towards turn 4? They're side by side. Is he going to contact turn 4? He goes side by side turn 4 and Gangly Face again backing out. He's a very sensible driver. Seamus messing up slightly through turn 5, but balls that move. Fraser H all over the back of Bembling here. The Renault trying to look for a way around the Williams, and he hits him slightly there. Going through turn 11. I am back. My controller's definitely not just died, I am now back. And I've missed that overtake where Fraser's got past Bembling. You should have seen it on the stream. I wasn't able to commentate on that, unfortunately. And Gangly Face is still on the back of Ryan. I don't know if he's going to try and push his tyres and try and make that overtake back into P6, or if he's going to let him go. He's still on 100% ERS, so he could just use his overtake mode here to stay with him, rather than pushing his tyres. Oh, and it's like Bembling spun at turn 5. Has he got any damage? Or doesn't look like he's got too much damage. Almost spins again trying to get back on the power there. And Bembling now drops out of the points. It'd be interesting to see if Bembling can get gain again. We've seen lots of mistakes so far in this race, so it could very easily happen again to one of the top guys. Especially if Fraser makes mistakes. He's got 5-second penalties, that would really help Bembling. Although we don't want to wish for anyone to have a bad race. Oh, and someone's gone off. That is Fraser. Fraser's gone off for turn 5. Have I said that? I think he's got wing damage. Resets the track. He's got wing damage as well. And he's got 5 penalties. Could really bring Bembling back into this race to get into the points. So we'll quickly go through the grid. We've got Ben in front, Lucia Drabs P2, Sky P3, Bailey G, P4. Then it's Seamus and Ryan, P5 and 6 in the Racing Points. Gangley face P7. Jamie BDQ is in P8. Lasky P9. There's another yellow flag, I think that's Joe Perry who's gone off. Fraser's P10. Bembling P11. Sage Graphic P12 and closing on Bembling as well. Then it's Joe Perry and Barbecue Chris, both Haas drivers not having the best of times at the moment. This guy got the gap to less than 4 seconds now ahead of him to Luge, or Luge Drabs as he's otherwise known. Well, I think when they pit, the gap was almost 7 seconds or so, and he's now got it down to 3.5. He's halved that gap since the pit window, and there is around 6 or 7 laps to go. So can Sky catch up, and more importantly, can he make an overtake? They're very similar in terms of ERS. It's going to come down to him who's got more fuel. It looks like Luge has got more fuel, so he might be able to pull away a bit here. Bikers has retired from P14. He's retired from the pit lane. It has been a very clean race so far. All the incidents have been just people spinning themselves out rather than any actual collisions by what I've seen. There's a battle for P11 going on at the moment involving Sage Graphic trying to get a pass made on Bembling. Sage Graphics tyres are 24 laps old. He's going to be really struggling. I'll say that, and he spins, almost spins anyway. Half spin there from Sage Graphic. His tyres are very worn. And this gap from P2 to P3 is now less than 3 seconds. Oh, someone spun. Who's that? I think it's Jamie BDQ who's spun at turn 5. Did he get any wing damage from that? Yeah, he spun at the big white curve at turn 5. And now Lasky's only 4 seconds behind Jamie with 5 laps to go. Lasky's slightly quicker driver. No offence to Jamie mentioning that way. And he does have a lot more overtake mode as well, so Lasky might be able to make a move here, especially if Jamie is now going to be a little bit more cautious after that spin. Sage still on 25 lap old hard tyres. They are probably very close, as these helicopter spins as well, they are going to be very close to puncturing. You can see the graining on the front left there. And the rear tyres as well, lots of graining on. These tyres are going to be very worn at this point. Sky is pushing so hard to try and catch up with Luge here. It looks like this is probably going to be your podium. I don't know the order for certain yet. Ben Mars in a very comfortable position, still with 60% ERS. As Sage Graphic Park gets past Bembling there at turn 1. Battle for P11 providing lots of entertainment for us. It won't be anything for points at this moment, but very entertaining to watch. These tier 3 drivers are very entertaining to watch indeed actually. We've had some very good races between these guys. Oh, and Joe Perry spun at turn 3, now he's managed that. And he's in P13 now. And the Haas driver is really not having a good day. Gunther Steiner will not be happy. And he is now put in a wall, he's funding for, yeah, he's DNF'd. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't bring out a safety car. I don't think it will anyway. 4 laps to go. First safety car comes out. No, do not pit. Do not pit. You could. No, don't. Do not. I don't think there's any point in pitting at this virtual safety car for anyone. Just 4 laps to go, and there's not really. No one's really got a gap that's big enough. We just need to hope that no one gets a penalty. Oh, Fraser has pit though. He's getting rid of his 5-second penalty. He's going on to, I assume, fresh sauce. He goes on fresh sauce. And no one got a penalty for speeding, which is a very good thing indeed. We do not want to see penalties for speeding. And I don't know why Fraser's chosen to pit there. And now Bembling on the back of Sage Graphic. This is going to be for points. And with Sage Graphic on very old tyres, he could punch up. Bembling could find his way to his first ever league racing points. And Benham's going to be lapping, Ben Miles, yeah, he's going to be lapping these guys, so battling for P10 in a minute. He has dominated this race. Just a couple laps to go, and someone spun. Who's that? Lucia Drabs has spun at turn 5. Is it the big white thing? And he's dropped down to P3. He has let himself down. He could have had P2. And now WSG Sky takes that. I'm not too sure he's going to be leading championship as the race finishes like this. I'm going to work it out. If the race finishes, the race finishes like this, WRG Sky will be leading the championship by 1 point over Ben Miles. Or maybe 2 points actually, because fastest lap. I don't. He might still have. Someone else might have taken it. Fraser might be able to take fastest lap though. That might be why he's pit. Yeah, Fraser's just gone purple last sector. Fraser can take fastest lap from WRG Sky. So it's just going to be 1 point top of the championship. As long as Ben can hold it together. Just a few more laps. Lucia Drabs will be absolutely punching himself after throwing away P2. He is an absolute bottle. What a disgrace. And the Sage Graphic tyres are very worn at this point in time. And Ben Miles almost lapping these guys. I know that Ben and Ben are very good mates in real life. If Ben wants to help out Ben here, he could not lap these guys. So have to do an extra lap, and then Sage might have more chance of getting a puncher. If Ben waits behind these two, Sage might have more chance of getting a puncher, and then that would help Ben, but I don't know if he's going to do that. That is a bit of a bad move. If Ben stays behind them and doesn't lap them, Sage will have to do an extra lap on 29 lap old hards. They could puncher by the end of this race. Yeah, if tyres reach 75%, they could puncher. It looks like Ben is actually going to do that. I don't know why he's doing this. He doesn't need to. I guess he does just want to help out his mate, see if he can help. But Ben Miles absolutely dominated this race. Absolutely dominant performance. I think Ben has given up with waiting behind Bembling here. He's going to just keep driving and finish this race. He is eager to get his first ever win. Right, what about we've got going? We've got Seamus trying to make a move on JVG, I think, for P4. And we're starting the last lap, and it does look like Ben is going to win this race. I don't know if WRG Sky is going to be able to do anything to catch up. Can Lujo Drabs gain 4 seconds in 1 lap if WRG Sky makes a mistake? It is possible. Sky is going to be just trying to hang on. We'll try and get the podium guys in for a post-race interview. And Ben Miles is going to come round the final corner. And Ben Miles is your Tier 3 Hungary race winner. Excellent performance. He's absolutely dominated from, well, the pit window to the finish. He didn't really dominate first start to finish, like I was about to say there. WRG Sky is going to come home for P2. And it's going to be Luce Drabs takes P3. Another podium for him. Seamus is going to take P5 behind Bailey G. Ryan almost spins, kind of random plant on the turn. And Jamie and Lasky having a good last battle. Jamie's in the centre of his son, Lasky in his contact. Jamie spins at turn 12. He's made a last minute overtake. Gangley Face takes P7, he'll be happy with that. Lasky's going to be P8. Jamie will be P9, and then Sage will be P10. Right, we're gonna hopefully get a interview with these guys. And I think everyone has joined the party from the podium. Alright, so we are going to start the interviews here. With Luce Drabs, took 3rd place in the end. You'll be happy with that, surely.
Yeah,
Driver of the day
obviously.
as well. But you could have had P2 and you spun it.
I mean,
turn 5 couple laps to go. What are you thinking, mate?
Obviously, I mean, it's a mix of emotions right now. I'm really happy to get a podium. However, obviously that spin is so disappointing. I'm angry at myself for that. But overall, I mean, congratulations to Ben Miles, first ever league win, and Sky obviously racing really well at the end, putting me under a lot of pressure, which is pretty much why I spun really. So yeah, happy with the race, but obviously wanted to do better.
Yep, understandable. We're going to now move on to 2nd place and your new championship leader by 1 point, WRG Sky.
Hello.
That was a very good race from your perspective. You took pole position in after the lobby restart, after some people joined, they weren't meant to be here.
Yeah.
You have still managed to come through, get a good podium there. It was looking like it was going to be P3, and you've managed to get up to P2. What are you thinking, mate?
Well, I'm pretty happy with 2nd, to be honest. I don't know what lap it was, but I got a bit of front wing damage overtaking a lap car, and I ended up with such less downforce. To be honest, I was happy to catch Luge in the end. I didn't think I was going to get 2nd, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. But I started 1st, and I kind of wanted 1st, but fair play to Ben, he was just much quicker.
Yeah, and talking about Ben, let's move on to our race winner. Ben Miles, 1st ever league racing win from 5th position on the grid. The one-stop strategy has worked absolute wonders. What are you thinking, Ben?
I'm happy, but I just wanted it 1-2 with Lewis. It's a shame.
And also your teammate Bailey G's done very well as well, so Mercedes looking very good from today. Yeah, maybe you can make moves in the constructors. What are you thinking about that as well?
Finally good to get points from a teammate, you know. Where did you get?
Yeah, you came P4 today, Bailey G. So.
That's decent.
Well done, you three. Well done, everyone that raced and did well today. Hungary is not the easiest track. Thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done the maths correctly. Sky now leads the championship by 1 point over Ben Miles. So this is going to be very interesting. Make sure you join in next week. And yeah.
He didn't race.
For some reason Louis couldn't race